Hey everyone, Suzi here, and today we're playing Reverse 1999. For today's video, we're gonna go in to the Midnight Whistle event. Let's board now. The main event is here. Let's start the story mode. This one looks so lovely. I'm really excited for this. And to get some fun rewards here, we want summons, we want psych cubes, we want to get all the good free stuff. And the story looks really charming to go along with it. So let's dive in together. Midnight Whistle. Love it. Travel Notice, Part 1.
This is no ordinary train. From Istanbul to Vienna, each land it passes through still carries the echoes of gunshots and explosions. Before the war, it was a symbol of luxury. Now it is an arc, a way to outrun death, and everyone is scrambling for a ticket. They have no idea that when night falls and the train stops, death comes aboard too.
Very creepy.
On one such night, a group of passengers awoke to the sound of crying. They followed it. Then, the crying turned to bawling, and the bawling to wailing, until they reached it. A door that wasn't there before. And there, in a carriage that never was, in that place that shouldn't even have existed, blood-red eyes blinked in the darkness. Before they could utter a scream, they were pulled into the darkness, doomed to join the wailing of the dead and dying in their accursed corpses. As the night fell, and the last slivers of light gave in to the darkness, their cries faded, and the blood of those sorry passengers trickled, sweet and warm, into the throats of the red-eyed monsters. Only when that last drop had been swallowed up did the conductress appear, walking amidst the shredded flesh, counting off each passenger the way a butler might inspect a mess left behind from his master's feast. 231.
Is Corvus
232.
a vampire?
The ceremony is complete, and this journey has come to an end. We hope you had a pleasant trip, and we look forward to seeing
That's not
you
Corvus.
again aboard
The Danube Dawn.
Well, she's the conductor of the Danube Dawn. What's her deal? Train station.
The Danube Dawn.
The boy mutters the words one last time, then closes his notebook and hands it back to the woman beside him.
I haven't been able to read a vampire story since the war started. Thank you kindly, ma'am.
It's just one of many stories in my collection. I suppose it's interesting enough then.
You suppose? It's amazing! And the next train coming into the station is called the Danube Dawn too, you know. Huh. So, it's the same train, isn't it? The vampire's secret base.
Huh. The folly of youth. Not yet able to discern fiction from reality.
Well, it's not like these stories just spring up out of nowhere. I've heard all kinds of them that really happen. At least, I think so. What do you think, ma'am?
He blinks his shadowed eyes at the woman, lowers the brim of his hat.
What I think is of little matter. I simply write what I see. And I see an intriguing story in you. May I have your name?
If she writes what she sees, then it was true.
Robuska. My name's Robuska. Pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
Robuska. An interesting name. I'll be sure to make record of it. As I said,
Why are they
I'm a
calling her
collector
a
of
tattered
stories,
boy?
and you may just have something worth adding to my collection.
She opens her notebook, her shining pen tracing a line across the page.
I'd love to, ma'am. But you're about to board the train, aren't you? I'm only here for a visit, so it's pretty much impossible I'll ever see you again.
I wouldn't be so sure.
She spins the pen idly between her fingers and looks up.
Many a great tale started with the impossible.
Vampires on a train, eh? That old tale.
The comment drifts lazily out of another passenger. It seems the tale has a few more listeners than expected.
Old tale. You heard this story before, sir?
No, not precisely. But many like it. Vampires, werewolves, wild beasts, and monsters. It's always the same story about the powerful consuming the common folk. Storytellers have always been good at making their points one way or another.
Huh. That doesn't seem like the same thing to me. What do you think, ma'am?
Robuska turned to look, but the woman told stories vanished.
You're young. You'll grow out of these tall tales soon enough.
You really don't think vampires are real?
I'm much too old to believe in that kind of rubbish. I don't see why it's necessary to even put vampires in that one anyway.
The old man exhales a long ring of smoke. He bends down, rubbing the raw seam where his prosthetic meets the severed leg.
Of course it's necessary.
The boy nods gravely, turning toward the direction of the oncoming train.
Think about it. The story's about death, right? And vampires kill, sure, but they also give eternal life. So, say one of the passengers is killed. The vampire can just bite them on the neck, and just like that, they're alive again. Take out the vampires, and now death is a one-way trip. The end of the line. It's way more exciting to have some twists and turns. I mean, where's the fun in a story you can predict from the very beginning?
You're in for disappointment looking at things like that. The world is filled with predictable endings, usually predictably tragic.
An interesting point. The old man, a half-burned cigarette between his fingers, gestured toward a corner of the station, where a mass of figures huddled together, clothes worn, cheeks red with frost. Silent and stubborn, they're fixed gazed on the frozen tracks ahead of them.
Just look at those poor folk over there. They've been waiting here for days. How do you think their story will end? Do you think they have tickets in their pockets? Of course not. But they're hungry and afraid to face the gunfire. So they come here to try their luck. But miracles are few and far between in this world.
Interesting. The boy pats his empty stomach, chewing on the meaning of the old man's words.
Try their luck? What sort of luck are you talking about exactly?
I'm sure you're well aware already.
His weathered eyes gaze out over the station as if they were awaiting drama soon to unfold.
You're confusing me, sir. Weren't we just talking about stories?
The boy bends to brush the dust from his knees. As he does, the crowd begins to move. At that moment, the station bell tolls and a voice rings out over the din.
The next train will arrive in 20 minutes. Please line up, taking care to bring all your belongings, and prepare your tickets for inspection.
It's coming. The Danube Dawn.
This is my chance.
The crowd rises and surges toward the boarding gate.
Well, I better get going now. I mean, my train is here. God bless you, sir. Whichever god that is.
Whichever god that is. Good point. He waves to the old man before slipping into the crowd like drop falling into the sea. No one notices his movement. All they care about are the tickets, loved ones far away, the train about to arrive, along with the troublesome mission.
November 30th, 1912. The Danube Dawn is arriving at... Vampires. Infection. Manus Vindictae.
Of course they're involved. Investigator lingers on the name.
Didn't expect I'd be dealing with Manus Vindictae for my first field mission after the 5th storm. According to current intelligence, the vampire working with the Manus is set to board this train. I was hoping I'd be able to finish this job with my new teammates. Get this done quickly. It looks like this won't be so easy.
She sighs and draws a communicator from her coat pocket.
Easteros Operations Squad 77. Rendezvous. Train station. Time 1820 hours. Still no answer. I never realized the storm could affect people's punctuality too. Fine. If the train arrives and they're still not here, then...
More and more people stream into the station. The platform heaves the body is far beyond the capacity of a single train.
Don't push them! Do you even have a ticket?
For crying out loud, the train isn't even here yet.
Complaints rise, anxiety spreads, the fragile order of the station collapses. A scream pierces out over the din.
My ticket!
Sir, please give that ticket back to that lady.
What are you talking about? This is my ticket!
Your ticket? You just snatched it from my hand. Everyone just saw it.
The man remains unaffected by her scolding.
Sir, there will be other trains. Everyone will have the chance to leave. I need you to calm down, understand? Our
People are waiting
tickets
for
have been
that
specially
train.
processed to prevent misuse, so you won't be able to use that ticket.
Other trains? Hey, everyone, listen to me. I have first-hand information. This is the last train out of here. It's now or never. No one's leaving here after tonight.
What?
Sir? Sir!
That's not what she said. Shouts and children cries intertwine with whistles and pops of steam, drowning out all
You
persuasion.
don't know what it's like out there. We could all be dead by tomorrow.
Oh, enough of your blithering excuses. Give me my ticket back now. You can save your heroic speech for... Ah!
Before she finishes, he yanks her toward him. Passengers with tickets scream, and the ticketless stand silent, numb eyes locked
Sir,
on him.
please drop the weapon.
Let me in. I'll shoot her. I'll shoot you. I'll shoot everyone.
He clamps her throat and backs away, dragging her from the yellow lamplight into the shadow behind.
You really think I'm just going to be a good leadership and go back home to wait for a bomb to fall on my head?
A hollow laugh escapes him, blood rising
no.
in his eyes.
If I don't get to make it out of here, then no one else will.
A gunshot splits the air. Silence falls over the crowd.
Hold it, you bastard! Get your hands off that lady!
Guards rush forward, training their rifles on the troublemaker.
Don't make us end this the hard way.
He sneers in the dark at the dark
Aren't you
muzzles.
soldiers busy enough killing each other? You have to come and start roughing us up too?
His pupils shrink. His finger tightens on the trigger.
Alright, then try me. Let's see who can pull the trigger first.
Oh boy. Train station. Okay, fight.
There are many routes to travel, but only one destination.
This is mine! Mine! I've been waiting 3 whole days! Budapest is calling! Yes! The safe place! Budapest!
Okay.
Hypothermia, hunger, nervous tension resulting in delirium. Simply put, he's insane.
Okay. Oh, we're still the first part. In the chaos, the shaken hostages pulled back on the platform guards.
Are you alright, ma'am?
I'm fine, but my ticket. He still has my ticket.
She points toward the culprit ahead, who now charges like a mad bull.
Out of my way!
He finally shakes off the guards and bolts toward the misty tracks.
Budapest! That's the only safe place! Ah!
The world tilts. The ground gives way beneath him. He slips from the platform.
Good Lord!
Sir, take my hand! The train's coming!
Cries, screams, and whistles rise in chorus, nearly drowning the train steam whistle in the distance. The man stands dazed in the center of the tracks. His legs are bent at obtuse angles, broken and bleeding. Oh. Long fall, but he smiles. A thick black column of smoke cuts in the dusky sky, rising along with a loud whistle.
It's the train! It's the Danube Dawn!
Year after year, the shadow of war clings to this land, relentless, unshakable. But still, the Danube Dawn makes its journey like a dutiful soldier marching along through the rain, sleet, and storm. She arrives, bearing hope for freedom and for life.
The Danube Dawn. Budapest.
At last, he remembers what he must do and stumbles toward the engine.
No, sir! No!
Oh no.
I made it! Mother, father, Melina!
The train exhales smoke as it nears, headlights spilling dim yellow circles into the twilight. The man limps forward along the tracks.
Here's my ticket! Let me in! Let me in!
He cries out, waving the thin ticket in the air. He waves it like a protective charm, like the key to life were in his head.
I have a ticket!
Oh boy. The train thunders as it grinds to a stop. Too late. Momentum and weight carried on iron wheels pulverize his flesh, crushing rage, madness, and fear, everything into the cold steel. The blood-stained ticket slips from his fingers, carried up and far away. The train door opens and a stewardess with eye patch rushes out in a panic.
Oh my. Everyone, please remain calm. We need to inspect this scene.
Please, let me in, miss. For the love of all that's good. Don't let us die out here.
This is the last train, isn't it? Please, you have to help us.
The crowd surges forward toward the opening doors. The gore and horror that only occurred is forgotten in their desperation. Rolling mass of faces filled with stark fear and determination and bodies jolted for position. Meanwhile, the ticket drifts unseen, landing silently before another. Yeah, as Samwise reaches out for it, she's met by a shadowy apparition. Before she can react, the shadow and the ticket are gone, vanishing into thin air.
A shadow? It could be some kind of arcane skill.
The investigator scans the crowd in silence, searching for the source of the shadow.
Annabelle, William, come along. We wouldn't want to get lost now, would we?
Wait for me, Miss Dorothy.
Not here.
A Class 10 steam engine. When this beauty gets going, it'll run faster than the wind blows over the Alps. As a compound engine, you understand? Steam's got to go through 2 stages before it gets pumped out the top.
Not here either. Finding no further clues, her pressing mission returns to the forefront of her mind. She picks up her suitcase and joins the madly churning
Crowd's
queue.
starting to rush. Not safe to stand around. Excuse me? Coming through.
In the brief moment they pass each other, the investigator spots the bloodstained ticket clenched in the boy's hand.
Please, wait.
He seems not to hear her call, hurrying as if rushing on board, quickening his pace. The investigator attempts to stop him, but the boy ducks. Her reaching fingers brush across the top of the dark felt hat.
Huh?
Hey, my hat!
The felt hat falls away, revealing a girl's face. Her hair spills free, drifting in the wind. Pale skin, red eyes, and fangs. She's a spitting image of a vampire. The girl bows her head, cutting off the investigator's sight.
You're kidding.
As if you couldn't see her eyes with the hat on. Seizing the pause, she leaps into the throng. In an instant, like a dragonfly into reeds, she disappears into the crowd. The investigator steps forward to grab her sole piece of evidence, a hat. Plain and unremarkable.
A vampire disguised as a normal person, though far from perfectly. They could add her picture to the big book of vampire faces back at headquarters.
If nothing else, it tells her the girl values a clean getaway over her disguise. To be continued. Ooh, okay. Forget the chapters are pretty lengthy. Makes sense to get started with a little bit more context. So at first I didn't know if the passengers were wanting to all get on the train because they believed the vampire story and they wanted to be turned into vampires and they want eternal life and all of that fancy stuff. But then it just seems like they're trying to escape the war or whatever is going on in their country, right? Alright, let's read the files. What's not written in the field mission manual is the real norm. Read the files. St. Pavlov Foundation External Report, the Danube Dawn. Intelligence Summary. Key report. Multiple investigation records indicate that during the past 3 operation cycles, exact dates encrypted attachment, abnormal arcanum energy traces were consistently detected inside the Danube Dawn, the international train running between Istanbul and Vienna. These energy patterns closely match the activity signature of a known beyond entity, the vampire. Key report number 2. Meanwhile, a series of unexplained deaths and disappearances have occurred along the train's route. Preliminary examinations show that victims suffered blunt force trauma and displayed tissue mutations of unidentified form, differing from the pattern of known vampire infected. The upper division suspects direct contact with a new strain of vampire. Threat level has been classified as severe. All evidence suggests the presence of an anomalous vampire aboard the Danube Dawn, either active in a periodic cycle or as a vampire infected with atypical traits. Squad members are to prioritize personal safety during the operation. Mission objective: Based on prior performance, level 4 investigator Semmelweis is hereby assigned to the Danube Dawn investigative team. Objective includes 1. Board the Danube Dawn, confirm the authenticity of the number of vampire entities, observe their activity pattern, and assess the passenger threat level. 2. Investigate whether vampire activity correlates with newly observed vampire-infected incidents along the train route. Record any newly discovered strains, their traits, and behavioral patterns. 3. Collect direct evidence of collaboration between Menace Vindictae and the vampire. Investigator Semmelweis is to rendezvous with 4 members of the Istros Operations Squad 77 at the Danube Dawn docks at blah blah blah. Okay. November 2nd, 1912. Interesting. Ooh, okay, good start. Very good start. Alright, on to the second part. And side note, as you guys probably noticed, my eye is just extra bugging me today. I do have a facial paralysis, which is why I have such a crooked mouth, and my eye looks very different than this eye. I do have like Bell's palsy that's been affecting me for a long time. And some days my eye is more annoying than others, which sucks because today I'm also recording a podcast for FATELESS. Fine. I hope I'll be okay for that. I might have to ask to reschedule. I don't know, but my eye is really driving me crazy and I don't want to be distracting during another podcast or recording. It's okay if it's my channel. I'm like, hi guys, I'm a derpy pirate. It's okay. Arr. But I don't want to do that on our channel. For the company. Anyway, okay. On to, again, part 2, Catgut. So cool. The full weight of the earlier travesty finally hits the crowd, and shrieks and shouts of horror divert the attention of even the most desperate. With one exception, a small and slighted figure that darts between the gawking crowd.
Phew! Didn't follow me. Alright, guess I'll just board here.
She exhales, though her hand trembles on her knees. The adrenaline fades, and rising against it comes the aches of overlong hunger. Her head feels like a weight of...
A little longer yet, Rabuska. There'll be food for days on the train. All you have to do now is get on.
She presses her belly, slowly straightening. She slips her hands into her pockets, blending into the line, and glances at the flustered young stewardess. At the train door, the stewardess spreads her arms, pleading with the agitated crowd.
Please, wait a moment while our attendant confirms your identity.
I've waited quite enough. Thank you very much. Let me aboard this instant. You saw the chaos those peasants raised. A living nightmare, I tell you. And I certainly don't wish to experience it again.
I understand your concern, Madame Sonia, but we must follow the train's regulations. Now, if you just wait a moment longer...
Her face burns red and she stands helpless between passengers and carriage.
Have you lost your other eye, too? My ticket was snatched by that belligerent fellow who tumbled onto the tracks. Everyone can attest to the fact. Now I beg you to skip all this unnecessary rubbish, else I will be forced to write to the Railway Administration. I'm sure they'll be very much interested to hear about this little incident.
Karen.
Please, madam, if you just wait for another moment, I'll go and ask my superior.
Despite their differences in size in the station, the little stewardess is able to hold back the agitated woman with a single hand.
What a crass little girl you are!
Ima.
From within comes a woman's voice, deep and grave in its authority.
I'll take care of this.
The uniformed woman with a patchwork face approaches the door, a long shadow stretching out behind her.
Who's that?
On instinct, a girl takes a few steps back, avoiding the frightening
Don't
visage
waste
of the
our
figure.
time. I don't care who explains what. Who are you?
The solution to your problem.
Stitches, scars. Oh, you're that conductress everyone has been talking about. As I explained, my ticket has been...
Her shrill tone softens, now touched with nervousness.
I've been made aware of this situation. These tickets are made with an arcane process. No one will use your ticket without your consent. Attempts at ticket theft are a familiar thing.
Expressionless, the woman glances into the most remarkable corner. Unremarkable.
But we have never lost a single ticket.
The girl's instinct for danger has never failed her. She turns at once, ready to move.
Ow!
Her right foot feels weighted down, and she all at once is pulled to the ground. A faint, stinging buzz of electricity flows beneath the girl's feet, as if holding her there.
That stings. This her arcane skill?
A thought flashes through her mind. One step, two, the footsteps grow closer.
The arcane processing on the ticket will lead us to its location. It's close.
Okay, stay calm, Rabuska. Nothing to panic over. Do what you always do. It's worked so far.
She inhales sharply, lips curling into what she hopes is her sweetest, most flattering smile, and then turns her head.
Ah, good evening, my fine lady.
Good evening, miss.
I'm not feeling so good.
Please surrender the ticket. It's in your left trouser pocket.
How do you, I mean, what ticket?
A ticket for the Danube Dawn. Bilet za vlak. Train ticket. Understand? Miss.
Her tone falls like a sledgehammer, hitting her into place.
All right. I didn't steal it. I just saw it floating in the air. You know, finders, keepers and all.
Her body lifts as her collar cinches tight around her throat. The conductress hoists her up with a disturbing ease.
Huh?
She stares in disbelief at her swaying shoes, her motions struggling to catch up.
Ima, take the ticket. It's in...
Left trouser pocket. I know.
The stewardess approaches with a cheerful smile, reaching a hand toward her waist.
Hey! Put me down! Get your hands off me!
That mouth has a habit of running off. Should I sew it up for you?
Faint runes shimmer in the tips of the conductor's fingers. The girl wisely clamps her mouth shut.
Coins, a red bottle, a few strips of cloth, and a flute. There certainly is an awful lot in here. Is this some kind of magic pocket?
The stewardess searches in the instructed pocket. As she does, she leans in closer to whisper in the girl's ear.
Don't worry. The conductress won't hurt you. We just want to retrieve the ticket. Found it! Madame Sonia, please take a look. Is this your ticket?
She gestures to the carriage. A frantic passenger hurried forward and takes the bloodstained ticket.
Oh, yes! This is it! Oh, thank goodness you found it!
The woman cradles it in her palms like a prayer. The girl falls limp like a rag caught in the wind. A few coins, a bottle, some strips of cloth, and a flute. All the possessions to her name. Her luck has run thin. Not that she's had much to begin with.
I'm just hungry. So hungry. I never meant to hurt anyone. Rich people always find a way to get onto these trains. I just thought that maybe I could get on to have a meal.
She swallows her last protest.
You've got your ticket back. So how about letting me down? I'll see myself off.
There you are. What sort of trouble have you gotten up to this time?
A familiar, if unexpected, savior emerges from the crowd. The dark-haired, dark-eyed investigator strides forward, paying only a passing, if meaningful, glance toward the dancing girl.
Good evening, conductress. Would you mind letting her down? This is my assistant. May I ask what sort of inconvenience she's caused?
She sets the wayward hat back on the girl's head. The girl freezes, then immediately understands, eyes wide beneath the brim, cheeks flushing red.
That's right! I'm Rabuska, her assistant. What took you so long, boss? I couldn't find you anywhere. What with all the snow?
Corvus lowers her to her feet, studying the two odd figures, so unalike in accent, dress.
Assistant.
Yeah, we're on a very, very important mission. But we got separated.
We've wasted enough time. Let's go. And don't forget your ticket this time.
A brand new ticket is pressed into Rabuska's hand. Once met. Wait, oh.
If you cause trouble like that again, I won't hesitate to punish you, in line with the proper regulations.
Sure. Thank you.
She nods rapidly, clutching it tight, casting the investigator a conflicted glance.
I see. In that case, on behalf of the crew of the Danube Dawn, I wish you a pleasant journey.
She dips her head at businesslike.
We're running late now, and the snow is getting heavier. Come aboard. If there are any other matters to discuss, let us do so in the warmth of the train.
A very long black screen. Passengers file aboard, excitement in their eyes.
How splendid! This train is more luxurious than I ever imagined.
Well, she was a luxury express once upon a time. I heard that during the Golden Age, each journey she took was like a social event in itself, filled up to the brim with nobles and celebrities.
The investigator scans the crowd, but it seems her reinforcements are nowhere to be found. The communicator remains silent, no reply.
It appears I'll have to finish this mission myself. It's not all bad. At least I'll have a little bonus waiting for me when I get back to the Foundation.
She offers a soft sigh before turning a sharp glance back to her first catch of the evening. Mid-slink into... sorry.
You're going the wrong direction, Miss Rabuska. Our seats are this way.
I gotta pause.
Of course they are.
Alright, sorry guys. I didn't mean for the awkward couple minutes of me sucking at reading and having to pause. But I swear, every time I try to do a live stream or story reading for anything related to Reverse 1999, my eye is terrible. Like, I've been fine for months. My eye's been a little more funky the past couple days, and it comes and goes here and there. Sometimes I just irritate it a little more. But I swear I cannot catch a break when it comes to trying to sit down and relax and actually record some voiceover and read through the stories and stop story skipping. This is why I don't like to do live streams anymore though, because sometimes I'm just so irritated for like suddenly or I think it'll be fine, I think it'll go away, and then it's not. And then I just sit here looking like I'm sleepy and sick or something when I'm really it's just my eye is irritated. And I can't wear makeup because it's always so irritated that I have to rub it all the time and deal with it because it doesn't blink properly. So then I just look even more tired because I can't wear makeup. Okay, sorry, I digress, but I wanted to address it before I continue. So I'm sorry, this was meant to be like a nice, clean, let's read the story together, guys. I'll read it so you don't have to. And then here I am having my own little failure moment, but this is life. I'm a human, not a vampire. So it is what it is. Okay, let's go. The girl scratches her head, feigning awkwardness, but her eyes shoot to the investigator's hand, now firmly grasping her arm.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I never would have gotten on board if it weren't for you. I really don't have anything to repay you with, though. Tell you what, when we get to Budapest, if you still remember me...
Not so fast, Miss Robuska. I have some questions for you.
The carriage goes utterly silent despite the commotion of boarding. She follows the other eyes, now locked on the conductress and the stewardess standing together at the end of the carriage.
Welcome aboard the Danube Dawn, operated by Vienna Pannonian Railways. I am Corvus, your conductress, and this is Ima, your chief stewardess. The Danube Dawn travels from Istanbul to Vienna, a journey of a little more than 800 miles, with stops in Nika and Budapest. Due to an unfortunate incident at the station, our departure will be delayed until after dinner while we cooperate with the local government's investigation. As an apology, we have prepared a substantial meal for every passenger.
Free food!
Her eyes flash bright, her stomach quivers with anticipation. She steadies her trembling fingers and masks her weakness with a smile.
I see you have a particular interest in food.
I thought she meant blood. The investigator smiles at her.
You're welcome to my meal if you'd like. But in return, you need to sit here and stay out of trouble. Do we have an agreement?
Shouldn't she have her own meal anyway?
Well, I mean, it is tempting, but...
The girl blinks.
Why are you doing all this? I'm just an ordinary girl. Why do all this for me?
I'm not keeping you, if that's what you're thinking. You're free to go anytime.
She leans closer and lowers her voice with intent.
That is, if you really are a normal girl, as you claim. That conductress is sharp. If she figures out you're not my assistant, it may be difficult to convince her not to throw you out. And to top it off...
Around them, the rich, the powerful, officers and riders each settle into their seats, lively chatter filling the carriage with anticipation.
I don't think this train is anywhere near as safe as it first appears.
Oh boy. An untold, or perhaps all too familiar story from the past. Legends tell. The Danube Dawn, rumor number 1. The Danube Dawn was once a Versailles palace on rails, gliding along the banks of the Danube River from Istanbul to Vienna. Silverware clinked with harmonious tune, vase violets glistening with dew, and even the stokers carried themselves with the poise of Habsburg courtiers. I can't say that. It's fine. At least. I'm bad with French words, guys. Anyway, that is what they believed. But the glory days didn't last. Once the roar of cannons had grown louder than a whistle, it was abandoned, forgotten in a warehouse. Later, Vienna Pannonian Railways pulled the train from the warehouse and refurbished it, stripping away the last threads of velvet and cramming the seats hard enough to turn your back straight. The silver tableware disappeared, French cuisine vanished from the menu, and flavorless beef stew took its place. The train now resembles an aging gentleman in an ill-fitted tuxedo, clinging to the last shreds of his dignity. And then there's the missing conductor, Mr. Herman. With a pale face, hollow eyes, and a drooping mouth, his very presence reeked of morbid neuroticism. His dress, however, was pristine in every aspect. From his uniform to his pocket watch, chain aligned perfectly with his button, to the gloves which he never left his hands, not even while eating. None ever saw him sleep. Like a ghost, by midnight he would wander the train, inspecting every carriage. The denim dawn was his home. He knew every passenger's quirks, every worn cushion, every stain on the window, so the passengers claimed, that is, those who remembered him. One night 3 years ago, while passing through a fog-wretched stop near Budapest, the conductor vanished, swallowed by the mist, gone without a trace. Yet, the story still circulates among the passengers. The vampire on the train took him. His body was hidden in one of the cars, and his eyeballs embalmed, and nailed into the ceilings of the cars. What's happening? Oh, God. Wait, and nailed to the ceilings of cars 1 and 10, so that even in death he may keep watch over his beloved train. Why? That's super morbid. Damn, this goes there. Okay. Bon appetit after reading that. Great. Great. Bon appetit. Dinner arrives and the tension eases. They hunch over their trays to eat, drink, and chatter, laughter rising and falling. Of course, there are a few incidents.
You call this beef stew?
I truly am sorry, madam. I'm afraid the war has limited our ability to procure supplies up to our usual standards. It may taste slightly different from our usual fare.
Slightly different? This is a boiled cowhide in a thin gruel.
She slams her knife and fork down in anger.
It's always for this and for that with you people. Excuses piled on excuses.
Sounds like a good excuse.
I paid my fare, the same as usual. I deserve the service I've come to expect.
Wouldn't you say that's a touch harsh, Mum? There's people out there getting showed the kingdom come, begging for any scraps they can get.
Ha! Is this what you Brits do? Stick your noses into a lady's business and levy pointless accusations? Don't you have something better to do with your miserable little life? Perhaps you ought to try feeling the sun on your skin, or, I don't know, cooking a meal that doesn't taste like wet socks.
Oh, that's rich, you...
The gentleman flushes red and rises. A stifled giggle sounds behind him. A woman sits behind them, scribbling purposefully as they speak.
What are you doing, Mum?
Me. Just recording what I see.
Who's this? The editor closes her notebook with grace.
Train clash. Beef stew sparks national conflict. Lady accuses British gent of abominable cooking.
Okay, she's funny. I like her.
Perhaps. Battle at the dinner table. One woman's rage over beef stew.
Okay, yeah, she's fun.
Don't let me stop you. This is all excellent material.
Journalists.
Look at her clickbait.
That I am.
Ooh,
though I'm primarily an editor. But I write reports whenever a good one comes along. Call me Verity.
Verity. I like her.
If you
She's
have
pretty.
any interesting material, especially about arcanists, please contact me. I will pay accordingly.
The pair falter, unable to reply and return to their dinner. The quarrel, now soothed, leaves the stewardess effectively grateful, effusively grateful.
Thank you ever so much, madam.
Don't you worry. Poor thing.
Her lipstick is like a microphone? Or what's happening? Or was it actually lipstick? The daughter pops her head on one hand, turning to watch a passenger feasting in the corner.
At least someone's enjoying the meal.
I haven't had food like this in forever.
Okay, she does eat normal. The sight of food, real food, melts away the girl's anxieties. Speed, the ferocity in which she eats is startling, yet the investigator spies a curious inconsistency. Good table manners.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's Semmelweis. Has anyone ever told you that your eye color is very unique?
Yeah? Thanks.
Robuska lifts her head, eyes shadowed by her brim, unusual eyes.
You were saying that this train isn't as safe as it looks. Why do you say that, exactly?
She presses her hat lower.
People rarely match their deeds to their words. They may say one thing, but I found their true motives to often be much darker. Anyone could be a danger. The passengers, the conductress, or even you.
Her tone is not forceful, falling short of accusation. Still, Robuska cannot help but make her case.
Miss Semmelweis, all I am is a hungry kid looking for food. Look at me. How could I be a threat to anyone?
You did take that woman's train ticket, yes?
Her voice is gentle, but her words piercing.
Well, yeah, I took it. But I hadn't eaten anything for 4 days. I needed to do something to survive. I didn't mean to do her any harm. I figured maybe they'd let her on anyway, and then we'd both get on and there would be no trouble.
The girl flushes red. Semmelweis holds her stare, as if already knowing the truth and waiting for a confession. At last, she allows a smile to slip from her face.
No one can blame you for trying to survive in these conditions. At the very least, you weren't the cause of any harm. But there is one thing I'm curious about. How did you reach that ticket earlier? It was your arcane skill, wasn't it?
Arcane skill. Her silence is the answer. Realizing her slip, she stiffly changes the subject.
People rarely match their deeds to their words. Then what about you? What are you doing here?
Touché.
I'm here to investigate this duplicity.
She sidesteps the question, producing a folder from her briefcase.
But our arrangement was for you to answer the questions.
She draws out a white slip of paper.
Have you seen this pattern before?
Yeah. Yeah! I've seen it. Maybe in a market? Or on a wall somewhere.
Doesn't look like much to me.
Might be able to search my memory more carefully.
That's a triangle.
That is, if you let me go later.
The girl eyes the symbol again as if thinking hard, but the facade drops.
You're quite clever. Unfortunately, your acting skills could use a little work, which means I already have my answer. You're not one of them.
She frowns bluntly.
One last question. How familiar are you with vampiric legends? It's often said that their eyes have a peculiar quality. just like...
She meets the girl's crimson eyes, catching a flicker of panic.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Excuse me, madam. A moment of your time.
Her voice cuts the tension. At the far end of the carriage, the conductress raises a hand, beckoning the investigator.
Stay put. I'll be back soon. Do exactly as a good little assistant would do. Understood? Vampires aren't the only dangerous things that may lurk on this train.
Sure thing, boss.
After warning her assistant, the investigator rises and makes her way toward the conductress.
That girl is not your assistant. Save your explanation. I doubt you've known each other for more than half an hour.
The conductress leans against the wall in what must, for her, be a supremely exaggerated gesture.
I wouldn't have expected you to probe into matters of passenger privacy. I believe we should abide by certain basic humanitarian principles, even during wartime. Wouldn't you agree, conductress?
If you were an ordinary passenger, as you claim, I wouldn't have probed. But you are from that foundation, correct?
Her gaze falls on the badge in the investigator's chest.
That badge with the black and white print. Wherever the foundation shows up, trouble follows.
Fair.
No need to be nervous, ma'am. I'm just on my way to Vienna for a little holiday.
Aboard an express train bound to pass through a war zone. You must take your vacations very seriously.
The investigator sighs and pulls out her foundation ID.
St. Pavlov Foundation. I'm sure you'll find my identification is in order.
St. Pavlov Foundation. Investigator Semmelweis.
The conductress returns the card without a change in tone.
I see. Is there anything that I might do for you, investigator?
We've received intelligence that there may be a dangerous vampire on this train. I could use your help in the investigation.
She cuts straight to the point, stating her mission boldly without restraint.
A vampire.
A grim shadow passes over the conductor's face.
You're chasing fairy stories. If you ask around, all you'll get is 100 different stories, none of them real. I can't help you chase a myth.
She returns to the sofa, picking up a pair of knitting needles.
Please have a seat, investigator. I hope my handicraft doesn't bother you.
What are you working on?
A scarf for Ima.
Semmelweis steadies herself, forcing her eyes away from the flickering needles.
I've been tasked with verifying the authenticity of this intelligence. However, your attitude...
A thought flashes through her mind.
You mentioned that you've seen this badge and pattern before. Was it someone you met recently?
I have worked on the Danube Dawn for many years, investigator. I have seen everything, except a vampire.
The conductress lifts her eyes from the tight stitches to meet hers.
I see. Then let's presume you're telling the truth. It's understandable it would be difficult to imagine something you've never seen.
The investigator leans forward.
According to our intel, vampires are extremely dangerous creatures. Once bitten, death is a near certainty, regardless of whether the victim is human or arcanist. Those few who survive become what is known as infected. They're like a bomb with a broken fuse. No predicting when they'll go off. Therein lies our problem, Conductress. We believe one such vampire is hiding somewhere on this train. There's no need to exaggerate the threat this may pose to your passengers. You aren't going to turn a blind eye now, are you?
I don't know.
Conductress, the station staff said they want to confirm something in person with... Huh?
The two women sit facing one another, their expressions cold and serious.
Oh, am I interrupting something important? My apologies, I'll just...
Wait. I'll go with you.
The conductor sets the scarf on the sofa's edge.
Excuse me for a moment, investigator. It's an administrative process for the passenger who fell on the tracks.
Administrative process. She stresses the word.
Let's go. Best not to keep them waiting.
She leaves through the open door, her stewardess traveling behind her like a lost duckling. Semmelweis watches the guards on the platform, studying the movement of their lips.
Our supervisors need an answer. The train can't depart unless...
Are they trying to blackmail her? I suppose it isn't unheard of in times of war. A long stop could prove helpful to my investigation.
Unexpectedly, the conductress does not resist the guard's demands. Instead, she produces a badge.
Oh, so you're one of us.
The standoff ends. A faint smile creeps over Corvus's face.
Could the railway be working with the army? No, then this conversation wouldn't be happening. Is she handing him a badge?
Then, as if sensing her eyes, the conductor suddenly turns to the window. Her smile collapses in an instant.
Perceptive, aren't you?
She leans back, watching as the conductress and stewardess disappear from the view. On the steps of the train, the conductress halts and waves her hand briskly.
Alert the station to begin sanding the tracks. We're departing soon.
To be continued. Oh man. They're not only sealed in archives. Whose nightmare? Okay. Excerpt from The Vampire Beyond Entity File. Clearance level, top secret. Another 1912 document. The vampire is extremely rare beyond bearing a strong resemblance to humans, yet with several defining traits. Its skin is noticeably pale. It arises typically crimson, varying in depth with its tolerance for blood intake. Anatomical studies confirm that blood functions as one of its key energy sources. Vampires exhibit a compulsive craving for blood, particularly that of highly active animals. Key traits. Number 1, bloodthirst. A vampire's obsession with blood often triggers bouts of extreme aggression and heightened tracking ability, showing acute sensitivity to the scent of blood. However, certain reports suggest blood is not their sole means of sustenance. A rare few can resist bloodthirst altogether, or survive on alternate food sources without the dependence of blood. I like that as a thing. Sometimes it's just no. 2, photophobia. Vampires exhibit a marked physiological aversion to sunlight. Prolonged exposure to strong daylight causes irreversible tissue damage. The entities cast no visible shadows or reflections, whether upon water, glass, mirrors, or polished metal surfaces. Number 3, vulnerabilities. Ordinarily, physical attacks are largely ineffective. Only bullets forged with metal, refined through specific alchemical techniques, more notably pure silver, can inflict permanent injury upon them. Vampire infected. When a vampire bites or exchanges bodily fluid with an individual possessing an innate arcanum affinity, there is a higher probability of conversion. The affected undergo certain hours of violent physiological and psychological mutation with a 93% mortality rate, over 96% incidence of mental instability among survivors. Those who endure the process ultimately become the infected, gradually gaining the creature's biological traits and mastering its arcane skills. Note: intelligence suggests Manus Vindictae is conducting ongoing experiments to convert ordinary humans directly into vampires. The success rate and stability of such transformations remain unknown. Disclaimer: both vampires and their infective derivatives are officially classified by the Foundation as the Beyond, distinct from both humans and Arcanists. An update from November 15th, 1912.